So how was work today?
I was at home only, so
Okay.
basically the quality system got refreshed from the production system,
Mm-hmm.
as in like the entire production data was into
Yeah,
quality.
it's a DB refresh, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So there was like a lot of problems after that.
Yeah, you
Currently, me and my team is working on MIS reports,
mm.
on CDS view reports. So we are making that report in Excel analysis tab, if you know about that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a lot of data mismatch again because of that refresh and a lot of errors. So I was stuck doing that only the entire.
So ideally, whenever we are planning for a DB refresh,
Mm-hmm.
so it's always better to make a note of all the transport requests which have been moved only until quality.
Mm-hmm.
The transport requests which are in open status in quality, and also if you have maintained any, custom table values or maybe like STVRV, like I mentioned yesterday, I
Mm-hmm.
had mentioned about STVRVs or any sets that you have created. So all those you should always make a list of firstly gather all the objects that you're working on
Mm-hmm.
and um, uh, sorry, let's start with the object list. So whatever you're working on, always, what you should be doing is maintain a list of what you're working on. If
Mm-hmm.
it's a custom object, anything, be it custom or be it standard, make a note of the transport request. It might be technical requirement or it might be functional, whatever, whatsoever. If you are working on it, make a list of your object and um, save the transport request to it in a separate column. And
Mm-hmm.
also, if you have created any dependent table with certain data in it, so maintain the list of tables and the values in it. Keep a backup for that so that later in future, whenever there is a DB refresh, or in case, if something is moved only until quality and later you're working on something else, like you mentioned, you had a project wherein it's still in phase one and it is not yet live. So
Mm-hmm.
in that case, there is a chance that you might forget something, right? So
Yeah.
always keep it documented. Tomorrow, if something comes up, you should be ready with the document wherein all the dependent TRs are there already. The tables are there, table values are there. You don't have to, uh, go through the system and check if everything is there or not. So having it documented is very useful.
Mm-hmm.
So what we in our company, what we do is we have module-wise sheets that we maintain. We maintain the client, we maintain the object name, description, and the current status of the object with the dates, when was it received, when did we start, what is the expected close completion date. At the transport request, if the technical consultant is working on it, if any technical consultant is applicable, we'll mention the technical name and transport request. And the same, like if I have a technical object in my sheet, the respective technical consultant should also have the same in his or her sheet. So
Yeah.
that is how we maintain our objects.
Yeah, that's what like our the ABAPer who is creating these reports. He's been maintaining all the TRs in the notes, which he
Mhm.
makes like
Who maintains it?
uh, the ABAPer who is working on
Okay,
the reports, who is creating the reports.
okay.
So yeah, so he has
Hmm.
been maintaining all the reports. He has the TRs. He has the track of those.
Yeah,
So.
better you if you also maintain it because you are suppose if the technical consultant is not available, is
Mm-hmm.
on leave or maybe has left the company, then in that case it will be quite challenging for you.
Yeah.
So always have your list ready, regardless of the other person who they might be maintaining it or they may not. But if you have access to it, then that's fine. If you are sharing a common sheet, but if the respective technical consultant is working on different module as well with a different consultant, then it's better not to share the sheet because it might disturb the whole. If you make any change, and tomorrow there is a chance that he may miss out something. So that's
Yeah,
all.
initially I was not really aware of that we have to maintain a list or something. So I saw the ABAPer, he was making like the notes of the entire TRs in a sequence. So that's when I got to know that we have to do this also. Otherwise, I thought that it's just like a random thing, like you move TRs in a sequence, but then it's at some point I realized that it is necessary to have the complete track of the TRs as well.
Yes, it's very important, and especially in projects like a rollout or maybe an implementation project or any other kind of project that we do. Support is different. Support is a different story altogether, but any kind of different project apart from support, be it a rollout or implementation, or it could be a conversion from ECC to S/4HANA. In that case, the ER list is very crucial, and the sequence is also very crucial.
Yeah.
And also, always have all the TRs reviewed, because in conversion, what happens? There is a chance that the TR could overwrite other TR tasks. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so what will happen is, why? Because we have multiple iterations in a conversion project. Iteration is multiple rounds. So we
Yeah.
start with mock round or test iteration, and then we move to development. We convert the development system to HANA. Then we move to quality. We convert the quality system to HANA. Then we have mock run. If it depends on the company how they are planning it. In our case, we had planned two mock runs to finalize the duration, downtime duration, and also the list of transport requests. So after that, we plan for go live. So TR, what happened is, in one of the cases, we had TR misplaced. Now that was due to miscommunication, that I assumed that the technical consultant might have saved it in his sheet, but he didn't maintain it. So what happened is, the issue that had come up in the first iteration, since the TR was not imported in the subsequent run, the same issue was recursive. Okay. So the client will question you tomorrow, stating that this issue was raised in the first iteration itself and still it is not yet resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So always have the TRs intact, in place, and if it is a technical TR, you should ensure that your technical consultant has maintained it in their sheet. We should not maintain in our sheet. Why? Because they will be creating the transport requests in every iteration. We created transport requests in sandbox, in development, in quality as well. So there is a chance that if you create a TR later, the previous changes might get overwritten by that. So the technical consultant has to take care of all these things. They have to perform a bunch of checks and review each and every TR, and confirm whether they are, there is a chance of overwriting any existing code that they have already addressed earlier.
Got it. I have a small question. So today in the evening, I got a mail from the client, and they said that they want to upload the historical data into SAP. And there's like a lot of data regarding the sanctions and the disbursements amount. So that data would be uploaded manually, or will it be done by some technical consultant and he will upload it at once? They have this.
We can develop a custom program.
Okay.
Depends. We'll have to check on how we can do it, but it is possible through an upload.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I
So
was just worried that we don't have to do manually, na? Like we don't have to add like add on these disbursements and sanctions manually into the system. Like manually, as in that one by one
we can do it by an upload.
upload. It
It
can
is
be done by
possible.
upload because there's like a lot of data. So I don't think
Mm.
so. Doing it one by one would be because I was a bit worried that I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because- Okay, but if I was thinking that it would be done through upload only. This is not
Yes, it is possible.
okay.
Yeah. So let's continue.
Mhm.
So we were at the baseline configuration, the global settings. So what we did earlier is we created field status variant in the last previous session, and we assigned it to our company code. This is stuck. So we were in global settings, wherein we had assigned the field status variant to our company code. Our company code was uh,
Seven zero one zero.
yes, 7010. We have assigned the field status variant. The next step would be the fiscal year variant and posting period variant. So what we'll do is we'll go to the fiscal year and posting periods. So what is the difference in fiscal year variant and posting period variant? Any idea?
No.
So fiscal year variant and posting period variant. So fiscal year variant is the parameter for the financial year wherein it determines what is the start of the fiscal year and what is the end of it. So if you
Ah,
execute fiscal year variant,
just can you give me a minute?
sure,
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just making notes. So
sure.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, so fiscal year variant is it controls the parameters for the fiscal year, like the start of the which month is the first period for the when you compare with the calendar year, what is the financial first period and the what is the and then what is the last period. So it controls those parameters wherein if you execute this, so ideally for Indian company codes, what we use is we use V3. V3 uh,
Mhm.
V3 is
April
April to
to March.
March. Okay, someone has deleted the description. Let me just, okay, April to March. So what we do is this particular variant will determine that the financial year is April to March, but this is just the description that is there.
Mhm.
How do we know that? How does it know that it is that for April is the first month and March is the last one? So here, when you select this and go to periods here, you will see that we have the calendar here on the left. So this is Jan, Feb, March, April, and so on. and you have the respective days under it. Okay, 31, 29, 31, 30, 31, etc. Then you have the period. This is the financial year. Now here you will determine that April is the fourth month.
That
So
would be the first period.
yes, that would be the first period here. So you give all the months here again, all the periods against the respective months, and then when the year changes from 24 to 25, let's say, or maybe 25 to 26, if you are entering into January, then you don't want to change the fiscal year, right? You still want to be in 25 fiscal year. You don't want to go to 26 fiscal year. So when does it shift? So you give -1 for all the periods which wherein still belongs to the previous year only. So we give -1. This stops the system to shift the financial year. So
And
we are controlling the uh, fiscal year change with -1 for 3 months, Jan, Feb, and March. So this way
if
it
they
will,
are part of another year, that's what you're saying.
yes, yes.
Year has shifted, like the
Yes, the
year of.
calendar year has changed, but the financial year still remains the same. So this is how it will determine that this is we are still in 25 fiscal year, April to March. The same is assigned to the company code then. So you assign company code to fiscal year variant. So it is in display mode. So how can I cancel the session?
SM12 you were.
Yes. So
Yeah.
here in SM12, we'll remove the user ID and execute. So we have certain existing sessions that are available. What we'll do is we'll delete either the one which is causing us the problem, or what we can do is you can just delete where it is related to the company code. So he's also performing certain something related to the company code since he is in T001 table. So
Mhm.
T001 is for company code data, right? So we'll just delete this session, come back and re-execute this. So now it will allow us to make the changes. So we'll
Mm.
open our company code 7010, then we'll assign V3 here, enter and save. Now again it is asking for me for a transport request. I will be using the same transport request. I will not create a new one.
Mhm.
Select OK, and the configuration is saved. Okay, now posting period variant. Now you might have seen that in while you're trying to post entries, sometimes you are not allowed to post in maybe previous fiscal year or maybe previous month. Depends client to client. Ideally, some clients they may only keep the last 2 months open for posting and the remaining rest of the periods will be closed for posting. Only the current month and the last 2 months are allowed. So how do we control those parameters? So we control those from posting periods, define posting period. So what we'll do is first we'll create a variant and then to that we will give the parameters to control. So I'll give variant as 7010. Now this particular variant, posting period variant, ideally we create specific to the company code. Tomorrow, if suppose you have used 7010 for all the company codes, you may have 10 different company codes. So in case if you want to have different set of controls for different company code, that will not be possible then if you have the same variant. If you have specific if you have a variant that is specific to the company code, in that case you can control the parameters, posting parameters for that respective company code then. Otherwise, whatever change you do, it will be applicable for all the company codes. So I'll just create this with the description. 70710. Save this. Now come back. Now what we'll do is we'll assign variant to company code. Again, it is in display mode. We'll go to SM12. remove your user ID, execute, will delete this session where, acha, okay, it is not here, the user is not here. Uh, yeah, this one. So these two sessions will be deleted. Then we'll re-execute this. Okay, this is another user now. Let's just delete all of them. This should not be done in live system. And
Mm-hmm.
in especially in production, what happens is sometimes in production we may not have user ID for each module or for each consultant that we have. We may be using a common user ID for multiple consultants. So in that case, while you're trying to log in, it may prompt you a message stating that this particular user is already logged into, the production system, and you want whether you want to kick him out of the session, or you want to cancel your attempt to log in. So you should never kick someone out. You should always, first confirm whether they're using it or not, and only then you should perform the sign off. 7010, save. Then next we have open and close posting periods. So here we will control the parameters for the posting. So whatever I maintain here will control the posting parameters.
Is it OB52?
Yes. So here we have control over different types of account types. So we have plus for all account types,
Mm-hmm.
A for assets, customers, vendors, material, GL, contract accounts. So we can have control over all these account types. Else, what we can do is we can just give plus for all account types and then give from period. I want to open the period from 8/2025 to 10/2025. Okay. So this means that 8th period is I think it is September maybe, or maybe no, sorry, yeah, September, I think. November, sorry, November to Jan November to January. So I can make the postings between these two months, November, between November to Jan.
Excuse me. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and save. Now
So
you have certain, yeah, please.
yeah, so we can control it. Like for example, we want some different period opening for assets, so we can do it accordingly.
Yes, we can. Now, if you are trying to post for asset, and if you have given only for asset you have kept the period open, but for GL account the period is closed,
Mm-hmm.
then in that case there is a chance that you might get errors stating that it is not open for asset, but it is open for asset but not open for the GL account. While you're trying to post anything, if there is any impact on the GL account, then it may not allow you to post.
Okay.
Like if it is asset to asset transfer or asset settlement, maybe then in that case it may allow. But if you are posting an acquisition or a retirement, in that case it triggers the GL account also. So that may halt the posting.
Okay.
Now you have, so this is from period to period one. Then you have two, three, and four. Yeah, total three. So what is the purpose here? So what we can do is, let's say you have you want to control the posting for special periods. What are special periods? Special periods are those periods wherein those are used for adjustment entries. Adjustment entries like even though the fiscal year has been closed, or you have entered into the new fiscal year, but you still want to make certain entries for adjustments in the previous fiscal year. Like in the month of May, you want to make the posting for the previous fiscal year.
Mm-hmm.
So in that case, in order to allow you to post in the month of May, I will have to maintain the special periods. Okay, so we have four special periods, 12 regular periods and four special periods. So with the four special periods, we can have control over the postings for adjustments in the previous fiscal year. So while we are trying to, and when we start with the postings, at that time, I will explain you how we can make use of these special periods.
Mm. Because I've never seen special period like for my client also there's only like from period to period. There's no special period thing there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So it may not be applicable for everyone, but whoever wants to use it, it's up to them. Then what we have is we have ledger here. So in ledger, what is the meaning of a ledger? Any idea what is the standard ledger? What is the leading ledger?
No.
Okay, so all the accounting entries are posted to your leading ledger. Okay, so 0L is your standard leading ledger that you have. All the entries that are posted to 0L ledger. In every system, in every client, you will have this ledger. Okay, so when you execute AC doc A, let's say I execute for any random company code, you will see in this column you see 0L.
Mm-hmm.
All the entries are posted to this ledger. Now, what is the purpose of this ledger here? Why not one ledger or why more than one ledger? So we have different types of ledgers. So first is of course the leading ledger. Then you have non-leading ledger. So
Mm-hmm.
diff leading ledger is only one always, and it is the same across all the systems, that is 0L. Then you may have a non-leading ledger. So ideally, non-leading ledger is defined as 1L. Since this is 0L is the leading ledger, non-leading ledger would be 1L, then 2L, 3L, and so on. So purpose of this ledger is to have different accounting principles. Based on different accounting principles, you will have
Give me
different
a minute.
kind of postings.
Sorry
So
to interrupt.
yeah,
Just yes, continue.
yeah. So based on different accounting principles, you can have different accounting principles assigned to different ledgers. Now also it is also applicable in case where you want to have certain different type of depreciation performed for your assets. In leading ledger, you want a different method, but in some other like you have depreciation areas in asset accounting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in your standard depreciation area is 0, 1. Then after that you may create another depreciation area which you want to have a different set of rules for depreciation. So you want to post a different type of depreciation and you can assign a different ledger to it to which a different accounting principle is assigned. So that is how we design the whole system based on the client's requirement. Now, most of them or many or mostly the clients are using only single ledger. But if you want to have multiple different ledgers, you can have different ledgers as well. So then we have currency. So we have different types of currencies available. So currencies are like 10 is your company code currency. Then you have controlling area currency, group currency, hard index, global, new currency. These are some other currencies that are created by other users. Now, company code currency is the local currency that you have. Controlling area currency, if you want to post a different currency to in the controlling, you can assign a different, but ideally it is the same as company code. Then group currency. What is a group currency? Group currency is the currency if you, let's say, dollar is a global currency, right? So you want to generate reports in, if you are a multinational company and you want to generate reports for different countries, if you are in multiple countries and you want to generate a report in single currency, then that currency would be your group currency that you use. So to group currency, you can assign the currency code also. So if I go here, so you can see group currency here. You can have USD to it.
Okay.
Okay. So there are different purposes of currencies here. You have hard currency, index currency. So hard currency is like fixing one single currency. Index and hard currency are like fixing one currency wherein that currency value is very weak. There is a lot of fluctuation in the rate for that particular currency. The value is very low, very poor for that particular currency. In such cases, we will use index or hard currency. So basic configuration is done here, the global settings. Next, we'll move on to the financial accounting, general ledger accounting configuration. So what we do is under general ledger accounting, we have master data. Under master data, we have GL accounts. Now, you might be aware of chart of accounts, right? What is a chart of accounts?
Sorry, I was making notes.
Yeah.
Chart of chart of accounts. eh,
So chart of accounts is nothing but a group of GL accounts. Now, whenever we are making a posting in SAP, we post to a GL account, right? It ends up getting posted to a GL account. So GL account, you have different set of categories. You have firstly, on a higher level, you have balance sheet and then profit and loss.
mhm,
Then within balance sheet, you have assets and liabilities. And P&L, you have expenses and revenue. Then within balance sheet, you may have assets, under assets, you may have current assets, fixed assets, different types of assets. And then in liabilities, you may have short-term liabilities, long-term liabilities, and etc. Under the same expense as well, you may have different types of expenses that you can club. So fixing of those categories is a very crucial part in case of implementation. You
okay.
want to fix the chart of accounts because ideally, once the chart of accounts is fixed, you don't create a new group. Like suppose you have created the group, you have clubbed the GL accounts in four groups. So asset, liability, revenue, and expense. 99% of the cases, companies will not create a new group again unless it is very much needed. Ideally, it is fixed. Since the implementation, we have clients who had created chart of accounts back in 2000, maybe 5 or 6, and since then the chart of accounts has not changed. They may create new GL accounts under those groups, but the chart of accounts remains the same. The account groups remains the same. So in our practice, what we will do is we will create a chart of account with our company code. Now, chart of accounts, it can be assigned to multiple company codes. So you may not create a chart of accounts that is equivalent in terms of the code or codification in equivalent to your company code. So in this case, I'm giving a 7010, but in real time, you may have something else, or you may have only 1000 that is created and it is assigned to multiple different company codes. So I'll just give chart of accounts for 7010. Now you can select the language and the maximum length is 10 digits. You can have shorter length as well. So for testing in our demonstration, I'll give 6 so that it is easier for us to understand that. If you give a longer length, then it is a little confusing in when you're executing a report or creating a GL account. So I'm ready. I
The
have
real
reduced the
account number length. So number.
yes.
Okay.
Then save this. Maximum length is 10 digits.
Okay.
Then we'll assign the same to our company code 7010. Then here chart of accounts is 7010 and save. Okay. Next, account group. This is where this is quite tricky. It might look very simple here, but fixing this group is very critical at the time of implementation. Now you can see in this particular case, like most of them have only four groups created. So you can see expenses, income, liabilities, assets. This is 1000, yeah, three account groups. Then you have 1009 created these many groups. So what we will do is we will create four groups for our demonstration. Then account group first will start with assets. Sorry, this is the code that we are giving. This is not the like we don't give the account group terminology as your nature of the GL account, but a code. So code would be 1000 for assets, then 2000 for liabilities. This is also very useful, this particular code, 2000, 1000, then 3000 for revenue, then 4000 for expenses. Why 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000? Why not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that? So, with this set of code, what we are doing is we are creating a GL account that starts with 1000.
Okay.
So, length is 6 digits, right? So, this is
Mhm.
what I'm giving. So, I'm giving 1 all zeros to 1 all nines.
So it's basically whenever you're trying to create an asset like GL related to
It is
asset,
created under this range.
yeah, it is created under this range.
Yeah,
So it
if I
will.
create a GL account under 1000, it will only allow me to use the range between this. It won't allow me to give anything else. So here, if I give two all zeros to all nines, then in that case, if I selected 2000 account group and I'm trying to create this GL account, it won't allow because this is the range that I've selected for this account group. Now, this is have you ever seen the chart of accounts for your company?
Yes.
Yeah. So you might be aware that I've created very limited amount of account groups, right? So
Mhm.
in your client, you may have, 10, 20, 15 different types of account groups.
Yeah.
So what happens is the naming convention for the account group, in our case, we have given 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, right? So
Mhm.
in real time, we cannot give this complete range every time, right? There are so many GL accounts that will be already the range would be exhausted, right? Not
Mhm.
exhausted, but we will not have enough options left then if I create in this way. So what we will do is instead of creating with 1000, one all zeros, one all nines, 2000, 2000 all zeros, two all nines, what we do is we give, let's say, 1100. So the GL account would start with 11 double zero double zero like this,
Mhm.
11999. Then I will have the subsequent range available, 1200. So 1, 2,
So why are we giving? Because uh,
So this is, let's say
If
this
it
is
gets exhausted, that's why.
no, we if I give see, in real time we may not create the GL accounts from this to this, right?
Hmm.
Those many GL accounts are never have never been created. Those are like thousands of GL accounts. So we don't give that kind of range for GL account creation. Instead, we use it in this way so that you can have multiple ranges available. If I reach the level of 9,000, suppose in this case, if I reach 9,000, 9 all zeros to 99999, then I will not be able to create further, right? If this is the length.
Yeah.
So what we do is we create in this way 1300, then 1300 will start like this and end like this, and so on. So
So
this is how it is
finally,
created.
so
Yeah.
it's basically what we can do is for like for example for assets we have taken 1,000 as our account group. So we can like bifurcate our assets into current assets and the long-term asset, like the fixed
Yeah,
assets
you can have this as your current asset.
and fixed assets
Then you
and
can have
then
this fixed asset.
mhm,
Then you can have this as receivables. Okay. Then you have maybe something else. You can have so many account groups under assets created. So you can have one series for assets. Then
mhm,
you can have short-term liabilities. This could be like
21.
2100 and 21 all zeros, 21 all nines. Then you can have long-term. So 2200, 22 all zeros, all nines, like this.
Yeah.
Payables maybe. So 2300, 23 four zeros, 23 all nines. So we can create in this way. And so on, it goes on till your, revenue and expense GL accounts as well.
Mhm.
In expenses also you have different types of expenses, right? So you
Yeah.
want to bifurcate them. So what is the bifurcation? Your account group is the bifurcation. Based on the account group, we will give this range like this. Save this, come back. So now if you want to check your chart of accounts or your account group, you can select position, give your chart of accounts 7010. These are the ones which we had created. Okay. Then next, you have retained earnings account. So retained earnings account is the GL account wherein the retained balances after all the bal of the after clearing all the payables and dividends, shares, etc., all paying off all those records, and then the balance that is left, that is moved to the retained GL account.
Earning. Okay.
So how we assign is we give X under this particular column and give any GL account. Although we have not created any GL account as of now, but we can still assign it here and later we can create it in our system. So it will prompt me that this particular GL account to online is not created in chart of accounts. Now this is, what does yellow indicator mean here?
It's a warning sign.
Yes. So we can skip this message and save this. You can also control the message as well. Did you ever change the message nature, message class?
No.
So
Yeah,
when
I have once, but I don't remember now how I did. So initially, it was like it was showing the way it is showing in your screen right now, but then I changed to the pop-up also. You can get a pop-up on the screen for like a warning or an error.
yes, you can change the nature of the error to either error or warning message or information message. So in case if there is any error that is displayed, and you may not be able to, so let's say there is no chance that you can fix that. In that case, what you can do is you can change it to warning from the configuration and it will allow you to surpass.
Surpass. Okay.
Okay. So this has been assigned. Then we have creation of GL accounts, creation of other master datas. So we'll continue to next week on the remaining configuration on this. Okay. And then eventually start with treasury.
Okay.
Any queries so far?
No, I think I'm asking in between only everything.
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Okay, then let's catch up next week.
Okay. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.